Your bank's fraud team calls you and says, "Hi, we've got a problem with the transaction. Would you mind giving us all of this information?" What do you do at that point? Do you stop? Do you confirm? Or do you go ahead and give out all of that personal information? Today, I'm going to talk about why I think you need to take a breath and another way you can handle it, and explain exactly why, because there is a great scam going around at the moment. Stay tuned for more. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. This is a Firewall Friday episode, and I have no idea what episode number I'm up to. It might be 738, 737. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Today, we're going to be talking about a banking scam I've seen go through. We're going to be talking about that, how it works, and what you need to do to keep yourself safe about it. This is something that I have been concerned about for years. It's been something I speak about regularly when I speak to people. And I saw the other day, someone posting on X about this is what happened and this is how they saved themselves. So I thought it was a really good episode for us to talk about today. So I have something to show you. Bear with me. Okay, so what I did this really quick infographic. It's not great. It's not brilliant. I'm going to get my graphic designer to work on it and make it look a bit better. But I wanted to get the flow in a visual format so that I could talk to it and hopefully it makes a bit of sense to you. So two parts of the images, steps 1 through to 7. This is how the scam works, or how they try to scam you, how they try to get your information. The first one is you'll make a banking transaction. So this is a bit in regards to your bank, okay? You'll make a banking transaction. Now, the information I saw said that it was an overseas transaction. I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. You make a transaction. It just needs to be big enough or unusual enough. And then all of a sudden, you'll get a message, a phone call from your bank's fraud team, and it might look like it's coming from the bank. Your caller ID might say it's from your bank. It might be a number that looks like it's coming from your bank. It might also be a blocked number, so it's just a normal number. And they say, "Hi, it's so we're from your bank." And they'll say, "Oh, you've just made a transaction. It looks a little suspicious. We're going to escalate you to a senior investigator." Then while they're doing that, they mention that the other banks or accounts that you might have been interacting with, and they say they need to protect your money. So this is a very, very good scam. Now, what's really interesting to me is that they know you've made a transaction. And we're going to come back to that one, but they know you've made a transaction, and they may or may not know the other bank that you're dealing with. The situation I saw given to me or described was that they knew who the recipient bank was. Very interesting. So the next step 5, they'll pass you off to the senior investigator, who'll start asking for personal identifying information and other information, your customer number, your account details, passwords, pins, one-time codes and stuff. And this is where I always have a problem. That's why I always have a problem when the banks ring you and insurance companies ring you and other people ring you and say, "Oh, hi, it's so-and-so here from XYZ company. We just need you to give us some personal details so we can identify we're speaking to the right person." We are trained. They are training us to give that information out to strangers. We might trust that that number is right, but do we really know they're coming from there? And when you come back to that point, we might trust that we know that number is right. They ask us to identify ourselves. So when we get this kind of scam, it actually works on that. It works on that trust or that conditioning that we've been given. Oh, they need to identify us. Well, we've got to give them all of this information so they can protect our money. So they're getting the urgency, they're getting that emotional hook, and now they're getting just the whole conditioning that we've had for years about identifying ourselves to be able to do things on our accounts that we need to do. So once they've done step 5, they get all the information. They will then try to access your cards, your accounts. They'll try to transfer money because they now know it's you. They may even be sitting there while they're asking you for all this information, logging into the bank with your details. They say, "Oh, we need the one-time passcode. We need the one-time code. It's been sent to your phone." And you go, "Oh, yeah, this is it." And you give it to them. They've got access to your account. So then they'll try to access your accounts and cards and transfer money and such. So this is a scam. Okay, it is a scam. You do need to be careful. Now, let me just go back to a couple of things that I said there before I talk about how you can make yourself, how you can protect yourself, and the things that you really need to start thinking about doing. And this is just my opinion. Okay, I need to be careful there. This is my opinion. I have some very robust conversations with organizations when this occurs. So the first thing I said, one of the first things I said was, you might recognize the phone number that this comes from. It looks to me, from what I'm seeing out in the wild and the information and the reports I'm seeing, that these organizations, these scammers, are actually able to impersonate the phone number that your bank uses. So it looks like it's coming from your bank. If they're not impersonating the phone number, they're certainly able to use that caller identifier to make it look like it's your bank, or it's your insurance company, or whoever it is. So that's the first thing that they're doing. The second one, and I'm going to highlight it again, we are trained to give out our personal identifying information, our personally identifiable information, PII, we call it. So this sort of thing just works by rote now. It works as standard. How do we protect ourselves? Well, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't think it's that interesting. Well, maybe. I don't know. You tell me. When someone rings you and says, "Hi, we're calling from your bank. We want to protect your money. There's been a problem with your transaction." You need to take a breath. You need to just take that deep breath and say, "Wonderful. Thank you so much for calling me." And when they start saying, "We need to personally identify you to make sure you are the account holder," say, "Great. Can I have your number?" No, can I have your identifier, your customer number, your name, something that you can identify them with? And can I have a reference number? Now, they might not be able to give you a reference number. They might say, "Oh, my name's such and such." They might not give you, they might say, "Oh, you can't have my ID." That's fine. What's your name? I'll just use that. Then I want you to hang up. Don't interact on that call. It may or may not be a legitimate call. A couple of minutes to protect yourself at this point is going to be worth a whole heap of heartache later on. So when you get to this point, it really is a matter of, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable giving you my information on a number that I don't recognize, or over the phone, someone ringing into me. What I'll do is I'll call you back." Now, they may try to give you a number that you need that say, "Oh, you need to call me back on this number." Don't. Just don't. Go to your bank's website, pull out your card, have a look at the fraud number on the card. There'll be a phone number on your card. There'll be on your bank accounts, there'll be details. On their website, there'll be details. Ring that number and say, "I've just had a phone call from one of your fraud team. They're telling me this. I need to speak to someone to confirm it." Now, you may be told when you ask them for this information, the scammers for this information, "Oh, we're an independent fraud company that's been employed by the bank to look after this stuff." Great. Go through the bank anyway. If they're legitimate, the bank will have a process to get you through to them. If the bank says, "We don't know anything about it," you've just saved yourself a whole heap of heartache. I think the other thing that I really like to encourage people to do is push back. Push back when someone rings you and says, "Hi, it's so-and-so, we're calling from such and such. I need your name, address, date of birth," and whatever else they ask you for, before I can continue this call. Push back. You don't know they are who they say they are. You take we're rolling a die, and as you can see from these types of scams, we're rolling a die, and that those odds are being loaded against us. So, going forward from here, take a breath when this happens. push back and say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you that information. I will call you, ask for a reference number, and then go and find the number for your bank or your credit card provider or your insurance company or whoever it is ringing you and saying there's been a problem, and go through that process. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit. It's a little bit of it's a lot of extra effort on our part, to be honest. What's worse though? The extra effort on our part now, or having all of your accounts hacked and your information taken out of your bank account, money taken out of your bank account going into an arrears because you gave that information out. Just think on that one. I am really quite deadly on it. I know I am, and I have people who listen to those conversations say, Charly, you're just being ornery. Maybe I am. I'm protecting myself though, and I think you guys should be protecting yourselves too. What do you think? Is it a bit much? Have you had these types of calls? How have you handled them in the past? Whatever it is, leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to this episode. If it was useful, if it was interesting, just even if. I'd really appreciate it if you give the episode a like and maybe share it with a friend. That would be fantastic. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And guys, I am here to help you. I'm a tech wrangler. I look after all these sorts of issues, even down to like processes like, well, how do you handle when someone rings you and do this? How do we make sure that we've got our information protected to a level that it's difficult, it's harder to compromise us? I'm not going to say you're ever going to be 100% safe. That's not my thing. But if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you need help, reach out. I offer a free 30-minute breakthrough session. Go to askcharlyleetham.com and click the bright pink button in the top right-hand corner. If you've already used your one free breakthrough session, it is only one per person per client. Reach out, and you still want to work with me, do reach out, get in touch. I have many ways we can work together. I like to work out the best way we can work together that is mutually beneficial. So please do reach out. I am looking forward to hearing from you again. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I will see you on Monday for another Mindset Monday episode. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay secure. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.